golden sun dipped low over the rolling hills, casting a warm amber glow across the sprawling farmland where Tieu Nu stood, her hands deftly cradling a cluster of fragrant gourds. The air was thick with the sweet, earthy scent of mu pung, their vibrant green skins glistening like emeralds under the fading light, a testament to the land's nurturing embrace. With a gentle, radiant smile, she turned to the camera, her voice a melodic whisper that carried the weight of gratitude. Hello everyone. Welcome to my latest video. Thank you all for your endless love and support throughout this journey. I hope you enjoy this adventure with me today. Let's go pick some mu pung. Aren't these stunning? Do you have gourds this beautiful where you live? Their aroma is divine, a gift from the earth. Drop a comment and let me know. Her laughter danced on the breeze as she plucked a gourd, its perfume wafting through the air like a soothing balm. These were no ordinary crops. They were the pride of local farmers, ripened to perfection after months of tender care, their vines stretching across the fields like nature's own tapestry. She moved with grace, her fingers tracing the smooth curves of each fruit, her heart swelling with pride as she filled her basket, the rustle of leaves a soft symphony in the tranquil afternoon. Miles away, a dusty sedan rumbled down a narrow village road, its tires crunching over gravel as Truong's mother, weary yet radiant with anticipation, stepped out. Her eyes softened at the familiar sight of the old farmhouse, its weathered walls steeped in memories of laughter and hardship. "It's been so long since I've been home," she murmured, her voice tinged with a bittersweet nostalgia that tugged at her soul. Truong was just a toddler crawling around, his tiny hands grasping at the dirt. And now he's a fine young man, strong and determined. Time flies too fast, doesn't it? She stretched her limbs, unused to the simplicity of rural life after weeks of navigating foreign boardrooms, and inhaled the fresh, earthy scent of the fields that welcomed her back. A sudden urge to reconnect with her roots, to bridge the gap left by her absence, spurred her into action. She dialed her younger sibling, her tone warm yet brisk with urgency. "Hello? It's me." The reply crackled through the line, a burst of joy. "Sis, you're back. How was the trip?" "Yes, just arrived. Thanks for the company's well wishes, they kept me going," she said, her pride evident in the quiver of her voice. The sibling chuckled, their excitement palpable. "We're all thrilled for you. Oh, and congrats. There's a promotion to vice director waiting. The team's buzzing about it." Her heart skipped a beat, a surge of pride mingling with exhaustion. "Really? That's wonderful. How did the company fare while I was gone?" "Smooth sailing, sis. The team held the fort, but they've planned a surprise reward. Dress up nice for the occasion." Intrigued, she laughed, a sound that echoed with relief. "A surprise? I can't wait. Thank you, and please pass my deepest gratitude to everyone who made this possible." As the call ended, her thoughts drifted to Truong, her beloved son who had grown into a pillar of strength in her absence. She dialed again, this time reaching a trusted colleague, her voice steady with purpose. "Hello, Japan. It's me. Where are you?" The voice on the other end perked up, brimming with loyalty. "Sis, I'm out handling some tasks. Need help?" "Yes, find me the best construction crew, quickly. I want to surprise Truong with something special," she said, excitement lacing her words like a thread of gold. "Got it. I'll track down a top team and arrange a driver to take you to him," Japan promised, his efficiency a comfort. "Perfect. Keep it discreet. I want this to be a moment he'll never forget," she insisted, her mind buzzing with visions of a new home for her son. The driver arrived promptly, and as the car rolled toward Truong's workplace, she gazed out at the passing fields, their green expanse a mirror to her swelling heart. each turn of the wheel bringing her closer to the surprise that would redefine their family's future. Back at the farm, Truong hunched over a desk cluttered with maps and reports, his brow furrowed with the weight of responsibility. The room was a hive of activity, the hum of voices blending with the rustle of paper as he addressed a colleague, his voice steady as a rock. "I've reviewed the flood damage statistics. Sign here, and we'll send it upstairs for approval." The colleague nodded, his pen poised. 5 households reported so far. Any severe losses standing out? Truong's brow deepened, a shadow of concern crossing his face. Uncle Tu's place lost 10 buffaloes, a devastating blow, and the crops took a brutal hit. Luckily, no human casualties or major structural damage, except Lý Tiểu Nu's house. Her farm's in shambles. He flipped through pages, his fingers tracing the grim details, his concern deepening into resolve. Nearly 200 chickens gone at Nguyen Tion's place too. This flood's the worst in 25 years. We need to compile a detailed report for the Disaster Relief Board. Those levees need urgent reinforcement. The colleague sighed, a heavy breath escaping. This deluge has rewritten our history. Let's coordinate with the land office for a thorough survey. We can't let this repeat. Truong agreed, his voice firm. Absolutely. Let's get the engineers out there to assess the damage and plan the rebuild. As the meeting adjourned, the distant rumble of a car engine pierced the quiet, and Truong's mother's figure emerged like a beacon of hope against the twilight sky. Her secret gift for Truong poised to unfold with the promise of a new beginning. The next morning, the village market burst into life. A vibrant tapestry of vendor calls, the clatter of goods, and the rich aroma of fresh produce weaving through the air. Lý Tiểu Nu arrived with a basket brimming with mu pung. Her steps light despite the morning's toil, her spirit buoyed by the promise of a new day. She approached an elderly vendor, his weathered face creased with a welcoming grin, her voice bright as a morning bird. "Grandpa, hello. Can I borrow your scale? I need bags, 5,000 for plastic, please, and maybe some colored ones if you have them." The old man nodded, his hands moving with the ease of decades, weighing out her request with a twinkle in his eye. "Here's red and green, 1 tael each. That's 10,000 total, my dear." She beamed, her smile a ray of sunshine. "Perfect, thank you. These will make my stall stand out." Turning to a passerby, she called out with infectious enthusiasm, "Fresh mupe, sir. Just harvested, delicious and fragrant." A customer paused, haggling with a nod. "How much per kilo?" 10,000, she replied, her confidence unshakable. He nodded again. "Give me 1 kilo, small ones if you please." She handed over 3 petite gourds, their skins smooth as silk, her heart warming at the exchange. A silent bond formed over the humble transaction. Elsewhere, Truong's phone rang as he navigated the winding roads, his voice crisp and focused. "Hello, Ken. The design draft's ready. I've pored over every detail. I'll send it over. Check the flooring, bathrooms, equipment layouts, and the structural integrity. Let me know if anything needs tweaking." Ken's reply was eager, a spark of collaboration. "Great, send it my way. I'll dive right in." Truong hung up, his mind shifting to the day's possibilities, the hum of the engine a steady companion. Back at the market, Tieu Nu's stall drew a growing crowd, her infectious energy drawing buyers like moths to a flame. A young boy approached, his eyes wide with curiosity. 3 kilos, please. She calculated with a smile. 30,000, little friend. He pressed money into her hand. Keep the change. My mom loves your gourds. Her laughter rang out, a melody of gratitude amidst the market's chaos. Her spirit lifted by each kind gesture. As the sun climbed higher, casting golden beams across the bustling scene, Truong met Tieu Nu near the market's edge, his motorcycle gleaming like a polished jewel under the light. Where've you been, Tieu Nu? He asked, eyeing her overflowing basket with a mix of admiration and concern. Harvesting mupe all morning, she said, climbing onto the bike with a graceful hop. Tired? He probed, his voice gentle. A little, but it's fun. Keeps me connected to the land, she admitted, her eyes sparkling with vitality. He handed her a water bottle, the cool plastic a relief in the rising heat. Drink up, it's scorching out here. Can't have you wilting. She sipped, then grinned, a flash of inspiration lighting her face. Let's cook mupe with minced meat tonight. Maybe add tofu for that extra comfort. He nodded, his approval a warm embrace. Brilliant idea. I'll grab some. At a nearby stall, he ordered with authority, 100,000 worth of meat and eggs, plus 10,000 tofu. Make it fresh. The vendor packed their goods with care, and Truong paid, his voice firm. Let's head home and turn these into a feast. Inside the cozy farmhouse, he pulled up house designs on his laptop, the screen casting a soft glow across his determined features. Check these out, Tieu Nu. Like this modern one with its sleek lines, he said, his voice brimming with enthusiasm. She leaned in, studying the screen with a critical eye. It's nice but pricey, right? The details look elaborate. He scrolled undeterred. Not too bad. Pick your favorite. Let's dream big. Her eyes lit up, a spark of joy igniting. This wooden one's stunning, though the climate here is hot. Could we use palm leaves for the roof to keep it cool? Truong nodded, his mind racing with possibilities. Smart thinking. We'll adjust the kitchen too. Make it airy for a wood stove. Perfect for our rustic vibe. Her imagination soared, her voice a cascade of ideas. Let's plant flowers around it, maybe jasmine to scent the air. He smiled, his approval a beacon. Done. We'll build it just as you envision. A home that reflects your spirit. The day wove their dreams together. A tapestry of hope and resilience against the backdrop of a land that had weathered storms and bloomed anew. Twilight painted the farmhouse in hues of deep purple, the air thick with the savory aroma of cooking mupe as Truong and Tieu Nu settled inside. Their shared meal a quiet celebration of survival. Tieu Nu, you've worked so hard today, Truong said, slicing tofu with meticulous care. His hand steady despite the day's demands. She smiled, a soft glow in her eyes. It's worth it, Truong. The land gives me purpose. But I met an old lady while harvesting. She offered me her house to stay in, a gesture that touched my heart. His curiosity piqued, a flicker of intrigue in his gaze. Really? Tell me more, every detail. She's around 60, spry and kind, with hands callous from years of toil. She lives alone in a quaint little home, her only company the rustle of the fields. She wants company, someone to share her solitude. Tieu Nu explained, her voice softening with empathy. She even offered land to farm, said I could grow anything I pleased. I think she sensed my struggles and wanted to help. Truong's eyes warmed, a gentle fire of admiration. That's rare kindness, a treasure in these times. Let's visit her soon. Help with her crops, bring her some joy, and thank her properly. She nodded, her resolve strengthening. She'd love that. Maybe we could bring her some mupe and a warm meal. Their conversation flowed like a gentle stream as they ate, the clink of chopsticks a comforting rhythm against the wooden table. I've been saving money, Tieu Nu said hesitantly, pulling out a small, worn envelope from her pocket, her fingers trembling slightly. I want you to have it, to help with the house, to ease your burden. Truong shook his head, his refusal firm yet kind. Keep it for Dewey's future, Tieu Nu. The house won't cost as much as you think. I've planned it well. She insisted, her voice a mix of determination and vulnerability. Please take it, I'll earn more. It's the least I can do after all you've done. He relented, his tone softening. All right, but only if I run out. You focus on yourself and do way. Let me handle the rest. Outside, the Na tree's first fruits glimmered like tiny lanterns in the dusk, a symbol of growth and promise. I've rented this place for 3 years, Truong mused, his voice reflective. For, if you count the work trips that pulled me away. Tieu Nu smiled, her heart swelling. We're family now. Share everything with me, the highs and the lows. He agreed, his commitment unwavering. Always, Tieu Nu. We're in this together. The night deepened, the silence broken by the distant rumble of a car engine piercing the darkness like a herald of change. Headlights swept across the yard, and Truong's mother stepped out, her figure a silhouette of resolve against the starlit sky, her face alight with purpose. Truong, she called, her voice a melody of love and surprise. He rushed out, stunned, his footsteps quickening. Mom? You're back. I didn't expect you so soon. She embraced him, her arms a haven after months apart. Yes, my boy, and I've got a surprise that'll light up your world. From the car, workers unloaded stacks of timber and gleaming tools, Japan trailing behind with a knowing smile. A new house for you, she declared, her voice trembling with emotion. A mother's dream taking shape. I've arranged the best crew to build it, your own sanctuary. Truong's eyes widened, a mix of shock and gratitude. But the cost, Mom, it's too much. She silenced him with a gentle hand, her eyes glistening. It's my gift. You've earned it with your hard work and heart. I've saved for this moment, dreaming of seeing you thrive. Tieu Nu joined them, tears streaming down her cheeks, her voice a whisper of awe. "This is incredible, thank you." As the family gathered, the workers began their task. The clatter of construction, a new heartbeat in the night, their bond strengthening under the vast starry expanse. A new chapter unfolding amidst the whispers of hope and renewal.
Their experiences, so it was natural for me to ask her for advice on what happened her deal with the crushing grapes. Obviously, she has been doing something right to be so full of vitality and joy after such a short time. She described it, her travels around the world with sparkling eyes, and her plans for the next year with a joyful smile. What a contrast to how I was. Phyllis had been so open with me. I felt encouraged her to ask her, did you ever feel like you were just waiting to die? I don't mean to I don't mean